Hi muckers and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, it is super late here in New York. It is currently like 2 or 3 a.m. I have no concept of time and I am in such a chatty mood. I just want to talk and I have so many things to talk to you about. And so I was like, you know what? Like, people are normally here for whenever I just want to like come on and talk. So that's what we're gonna do. For today, I have this post, right? And I've been getting sent it non-stop. And I'm gonna be honest, I get sent like a moderate amount of things, right? Whether that's Reddit posts, Twitter posts, Facebook posts, all these different things, right? Even like YouTube community posts. And most of them, because of like the drama that we're currently living in, have to do with Trisha Paytas, Trishy Fishy. And there are so many about Moses. Now, Moses is definitely an interesting character, to say the least. Moses, to me, has had a very up and down journey within the YouTube community. I feel like at a stage, Moses was very loved. And I feel like that was because people were like, oh, like he was thrown into this relationship with Trisha and, you know, he's been exposed to all this like negativity because of Trisha and we feel really bad for him and he must really be in love with Trisha. And, you know, people were very much so at a time, whether we want to admit it or not, come on, it's just me and you, babying Moses. Come on now. They were very much so babying Moses at a certain time online. And the reason for that was because it was very easy to do so. And it was very easy to do so because Trisha is so over the top and so kind of frantic on social media and has a very negative connotation to her as a person online. And it was very easy for people to kind of take that approach and feel bad for Moses. And I think we can all agree that as time has changed and time has gone along and we've heard different things, it has kind of flipped. Now, this kind of happens a lot with drama where things will completely 180. You know what I mean? Like, there's constantly news breaking, there's constantly people talking, and with Moses, because we never really hear from him, and it's always because of Trisha we hear from him, the narrative is always so confusing with him. But with Moses now, people are kind of talking about that they almost feel sorry for him, and as if Trisha is what they were saying, you know, was Moses, right? Like, it's so confusing. So I have this post on Reddit and it says, is Moses purposely ruining Trisha's life? So the narrative now, so the account that has been like sending this and has been posting this that I've been seeing, right? So this is from user DIZEKA on the Frenemies 2 Reddit. Now, if you know anything, if you watch my videos, I talk about the fact that I so don't understand Reddit. I've been trying so desperately to dive into it. I'm slowly starting to learn it. It's a lot easier when people are sending you stuff, as you can imagine. So, spillingtea_875, shout out to you, love you, on Instagram, always here with the receipts, basically has been posting this, and it's a post talking about, is Moses enabling Trisha? So, almost people are, you know, going from babying Moses to babying Trisha. And as if Moses has been this grand scheme. You know, he has a plan and he's been doing stuff and he's been taking down Trisha. And I think the main source of believing this has been that Moses definitely caused a wedge between Trisha and Ela and Trisha and Ethan. And this makes sense. Whenever I first heard this, I was like, alright, like maybe y'all are reaching. And that's even me saying this. But whenever I think about it, alright, if we look at the narrative, whenever fights happened on Frenemies, more so than not, and I went back and fact checked this, fights happened on Frenemies whenever Moses was there. Moses maybe left the room and came back, Trisha would start a fight. Or Ethan and Trisha would have some sort of mass debate. Oh my god, I just said mass debate. I meant mass. I can't even like. They would have some sort of debate. They wouldn't masturbate. Oh, it's not even funny. Oh, what age am I? They would be debating, right? My face is so red. I'm so embarrassed. So oh my god, Moses would come back whenever they were like maybe having a debate, and then that would lead to a fight or something, right? So this was always when Moses was present. So a lot of people then led it that maybe there was, you know, already some tension with Moses and Elah. Keep in mind as well, that's not the hardest thing to believe, because Moses is an artist and Elah's an artist. So there's already sibling like rivalry that happens between maybe you and your siblings, me and my siblings. Like, it just naturally happens. So you can only imagine that the same happens here, especially since Elah has Teddy Fresh and, you know, her own company, and she's very much so credited for being an artist. And I don't think people really credit Moses for being an artist because they're so focused on the fact that he's like engaged to Trisha. So let me just go through this post and we can talk about it. So, is Moses purposely ruining Trisha's life? Let's talk about it from this Reddit user. I know that most of you are aware of this already, but the more I think about how absurd Moses is, the more it boggles my mind. He has brought out the absolute worst side of Trisha. Before Moses, she usually had someone in her life trying to steer her in the right direction. Jason was trying to make her life healthier and be more smart with her finances. Now, that was also something that Trisha used to criticize Jason, which was that Jason, and I think she was very, like, okay to say this, like, she was in the right in most of the Jason stuff, because he very much so was fat phobic towards her in many different vlogs in terms of like, are you really going to eat another one of that? And I don't necessarily know if that's him trying to make her have a healthier life or just shaming her to make himself feel better. So I'm kind of on Trisha's side with the Jason situation, if I'm going to be completely honest with you right here. But anyway, they said that her sister was calling out her lies and they didn't hang out as much as what they once did. Now again, Callie, Trisha's sister, you know that he gets that 5%. Callie got involved in a lot of drama with Ethan whenever Ethan highlighted the TikToks that she made about Ethan and then deleted because she got backlash. So we haven't really seen much of Trisha and her sister since that, but I think that was probably a conscious decision from her sister not to get involved in drama anymore because she couldn't really handle it, but also Trisha because she was directly getting her family involved in this and people were reaching out to her mother, people were trying to find her father's information. It was a whole mess. We're aware of this. Shane was calling her out on her lies and giving her the side eye when she was exaggerating. Now, this was true as well, but also, to be fair, Shane was shit-talking Trisha behind her back, so I don't know how reliable that one is. And Sean was keeping her active with the dancing. So Sean was her ex-boyfriend that she then made the full, like, coming out story for him video. I don't know if you've seen that. Like, she was literally, like, coming out for him, being like, I have a gay boyfriend, before he even said it. So again, I don't know how reliable that one is. Ethan tried to explain to her that she shouldn't troll marginalized groups and used to question her fake stories. Side topic on the fake stories. I'm seeing an unbelievable amount of videos that are like cropped from different Frenemy episodes where people are like showing different moments where Trisha was talking about stories that, just looking back on them now, are so clearly, at a bare minimum, fabricated. And it's interesting because I think whenever you're like watching frenemies, you know, they're like 2 hours long. It's like story after story after story. And especially from Trisha, it worked so much because Trisha would, you know, say something, Ethan would say something, and then Trisha would have a story based on what Ethan was saying. So of course they weren't true. You know what I mean? Like, she literally, I'm sure some of them had some sort of truth to them, and I'm sure they were exaggerated for the sake of being on a podcast and having an interesting podcast highlight, you know what I mean, on YouTube. But if you look back on it, anytime Ethan said something or had experienced a celebrity or did something exciting, Trisha had always did it better, or Trisha had always done it in a more extreme way. And I think that's definitely what is now coming back to like bite her in the ass, and also bite Ethan in the ass, where people are like, this was published on Frenemies and do you still stand by this? And Trisha made up this, or allegedly Trisha made up this. So in terms of the questioning her fake stories, they're definitely all starting to come up again. Now she's left with Moses. Right, let's get into it. The worst yes man and worst enabler, this person says. Trisha is appropriating religions and cultures. Moses says, you're doing great, sweetie. Trisha is eating all the junk food in the world and continuously eating more junk food. Moses, you're doing great, sweetie. Again, I'm not going to comment on that. If someone wants to eat junk food, good on you. I was in America for, well, I still am, but like 2 weeks. I was eating In-N-Out every day. So good. So good. I want Wendy's. I want Taco Bell. I'm not going to judge if someone wants to eat a bunch of things, but they're bringing up the point that Moses is enabling this, excited for this, whereas other partners in the past haven't. Again, I really don't care. If Trisha wants to eat all the junk food in the world, I do not care. Because it's good. I'm not saying that you should do that, but all I'm saying is I'm not gonna come on here and be like, Trisha shouldn't be eating junk food, whenever literally my diet, while being out here, has been In-N-Out, Taco Bell, McDonald's. I'm not gonna criticize anyone. Trisha is not taking care of her health issues like the lump in her neck, which is something that I've seen so many people bring up. If you're not aware, in Frenemies, Trisha talks about that she had a lump in her neck, and Ethan was like, you need to get this checked out. And he specifically said, we're not gonna film another Frenemies episode, which didn't really hold up, but we're not gonna film another Frenemies episode unless you get this lump checked out. And Trisha made a bunch of excuses saying that she was gonna get it checked out, that she already did. And now that's really serious, and at an extreme, that is something that can be diagnosed. If you have a lump growing in any part of your body, it normally, sometimes it's nothing, you know what I mean? Sometimes it can just be treated, but sometimes it is leaning towards something more serious in life. And so Ethan was definitely making a point on Frenemies when Trisha brought this up, that this is serious and you need to look into it, and Trisha never, ever, ever cared to look into it. So they're bringing up that Trisha's not caring about her health issues like the lump in her neck. Moses is saying, you're doing great, sweetie. Trisha is not going to therapy and trying to manifest all of her problems away. Moses says, you're doing great, sweetie. Now again, we don't know the records of how much someone's going to therapy or not. However, Trisha has really been taking the approach on her YouTube recently of just manifesting happiness instead of what she was previously preaching, which was therapy. It seems that this is the new direction she's taking in life. And again, it's definitely very questionable just from an outsider's point of view. Trisha has a big shopping problem and is in financial trouble. Moses, you're doing great, sweetie. I 100% believe Trisha has a shopping problem. I do. Do we know that Trisha's in financial trouble? I'm not going to comment on that because me nor you nor this person know anyone's financial capability, what they're currently at, if they're stable, if they're not. But I definitely agree with them that Trisha is definitely shopping a lot. And I don't know if you've seen, but hoarding a lot. I literally want to make an entire video going through the clips from her vlogs. I have never seen someone who hoards as much as Trisha fucking Paytas. Like, it's almost intimidating. It's almost scary how much this beautiful mansion that they got, right, is just boxes upon boxes upon boxes of clothes upon clothes upon clothes, wigs, wigs, wigs. Like, it's not even a house, it's not a home, in my opinion, just from an outsider's point of view, because it is so built up with just crap. And I feel pretty confident in saying that because I can put my hand up whenever my apartment's a fucking mess. My apartment's always a fucking mess, right? But I don't hoard stuff. My apartment's just a fucking mess. Like, I throw stuff. I don't, like, okay, I don't know about you, tangent. I, like, clean vigorously for, like, 3 days, and then I, like, 2 weeks of nothing. Vigorous 3 days. I can't daily clean. I'm just, I don't know, there's something about me. I'm fucking stupid. But with Trisha, it seems that they don't even do that. And it really has been a case of people are starting to like question what the mansion looks like or what their plan is for the mansion, because Trisha in her vlogs is still talking about the mansion as if they're moving in. And you know, we have so many boxes here because we're moving in, and people are like, these are Amazon boxes. And it's definitely a conversation that people are bringing up, and I would definitely love to get into a lot more. Someone said, if my partner had these issues going on, I would be honest with them and try to help them, not sit and watch their downfall. I'm terrified and also curious to see what his end goal is with her. There is just no way he's truly in love with this manic, lying person. Some of you are saying that Moses is her karma, that he's the reason her life is going in this way, and I think you're right. What do you think? Is it all part of his plan, or is he just stupid and spineless? Here's my thing. I am gonna give my overall take on this, right? Because that was a lot, and I think that was very intense and quite rude. Okay, here's my thing. Do I think Moses is enabling Trisha in everything? Yes. Do I think Moses loves it? Yes. Do I think Moses loves attention? Yes. Do I think Moses wants more attention? Yes. Do I think Moses loves money? Yes. Do I think Moses wants more money? Yes. And that's it. Like, people are talking about this in a way of they think that Moses is trying to bring Trisha down. I literally don't think that's it at all. I just think that they're in this to get as much attention as possible, get as much money as possible, And that's the end goal. And I think the end goal also includes trying to piss off Ethan and Hila as much as possible. Come on now. I don't know if you know this, and I don't know if I'm really allowed to say this, but I feel like enough people have talked about it. But allegedly, Trisha's getting married on Hila's birthday. So, whenever I read things like this, right, where people are talking about Moses is Trisha's downfall, Moses is Trisha's karma, I think this is so dramatic. I think it's so dramatic. I think Moses and Trisha are a very similar person. I think people have a wrong idea of who Moses is, and I think Moses is so far past a public figure at this stage because he wanted to be. He probably wants to be able to have this online persona, not only to piss off Hila and Ethan, but also probably to pivot into selling more art. And I don't think that's really hard to understand. So, for all these different lists, right, that they've made, like he's not calling Trisha out. Why would he call Trisha out if he wants to be able to make more money and more views with Trisha? He doesn't want to tell Trisha off for appropriating cultures. He probably loves it because he's also getting in on the attention. What else? Trisha's eating all the junk food. Y'all, they're filming mukbangs. Do we really think Moses is gonna be like, Trisha, no more videos because that's no more money? No. What else? About the health things? Alright, that's a bit shady, and that's a conversation you should have as a couple on why you aren't caring about each other's health, allegedly. We don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, but I would be inclined to believe that when Trisha's being told about the lump on her throat that she has been talking about in the past and isn't doing anything about it, I would be a bit concerned as to why your partner wouldn't be like, why aren't we sorting this out? Or at least looking into it. And what are the other reasons here about having a shopping problem? If someone has the money, who am I to say what they should and shouldn't be spending it on? But I definitely agree that for this entire thing that's like, Moses is enabling Trisha, Trisha has a shopping problem. Do we not think that Moses isn't getting in on Trisha's like credit card as well? Y'all? Now, that's my take on it. So this person said, what do you think? Is it part of his plan? I genuinely don't think he has a plan. I'm sorry, I don't think he has a plan. I just think they're so identical. Or is he just stupid and spineless? I don't think that's it either. I think they're just so similar. I think Trisha has finally found a partner that is so similar to them. And it didn't seem like that, and people don't want to believe it, and the reason for that is because no one knew who Moses was, and also the perception of Moses that Trisha showed us at the start was a very quiet, more so humble, innocent person, and no one is like that, but very clearly not Moses the more and more we find out about him. So my take on this is that, do I believe he's a yes man and an enabler? Yes! Do I believe that Trisha does the exact same thing to him? Yes! But with that being said, I want to know where you're at with it. I've been seeing so many people talk about these different things. It's just, I just think Trisha has found a partner that is so similar to her. Jason wouldn't have done this. Sean wouldn't have done this. Shane wouldn't have done this. Like, her sister, her mom, no. But I think she's really found someone in Moses. But I don't know about y'all. But I want to hear it. So let's talk about it below. Please. So comment, let's talk about it. I want to hear what you have to say. Alright, I'll be in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your time. Okay, bye.